Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day!
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah. G'day. G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, good day.
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
This week on Leon sitting on a towel because his Crohn's disease is acting up, Leon's sitting on a towel.
You gave away the hook of the episode straight up. Oh, gee whiz, this episode could come directly after last episode because last episode we were drunk and today we are hungover.
We are hungover, and to be honest with you, Diane, I wish I were a normal man because normal people, when they're hungover, they vomit. That's good. I get Crohn's more.
Yeah.
You get an extra dose of Crohn's
More
for every
Crohn's.
drink you have.
It's a double Crohn's, but you don't have to pay for the extra serving.
And both my stomach and my underwear regretted that this morning.
Oh, fabulous.
Anyway.
Fantastic. Good to hear you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm feeling top. I actually called Mum earlier. Oh, no, I called Dad and then I called Mum. It's a whole ordeal.
Mum,
anyway. Mama, how do I wash undies?
Great. Wonderful. Okay, let's...
No, but that wasn't the story. I was telling you a story about calling my mother. Jeez.
Tell the story.
I called Mum. And she was a dickhead to me because she was like, you sound well. And I was like, do I? And she was like, yeah, did you go out last night? And I was like, sarcasm.
Yes.
Understand where I get it from.
Fabulous.
We did go out. It was Elise's birthday. Happy birthday to Elise for yesterday, Saturday.
Happy birthday indeed.
A month till Christmas.
That is true.
I'm figuratively and literally shitting myself for a variety of reasons. Tim.
Yes.
This show isn't just about bowel movements.
No, it's not.
It's
In fact, one could say it's not about that at all.
It's about so much more. I have been thinking a lot lately about this show. Some would say it's all I do.
Okay.
Because I'm dedicated to our fans. Which, if our Facebook group is any indication, that's 24.
That's 24 very involved people.
Yes, you take you and I out. It's 22 dedicated fans. Every time I post in that group, I get a notification that I've posted in that group because...
Yeah, I get like 3 notifications about one post that you put in that group. It says,
like,
Leon did this, Leon did this. And I'm like, yes, I know, I'm aware of it.
It's always interesting because every time it happens, I always get excited because I have one notification and then remember what I've just done. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a lot about this show. And this show is the number one educational tool used in schools at the moment.
It is, yeah.
Which is great. We signed that contract. So you and I have quit our jobs because we got picked up by Healthy Harold. Actually, they're taking it to schools now.
These are things that I was not aware of. But yeah, cool. Okay, great.
You said you were going to
wonderful.
quit your job. I quit mine.
Well, some of the people from work have started listening to the podcast, so I've just quit my job live on the air.
Learning for Life picked us up. So I was thinking, wait, Learning for Life? No, Life Education.
Life Education.
Learning for Life.
Learning for Life is something else.
I've been thinking that we need to teach kids about their surroundings.
Yeah.
We need to teach them about what's out there.
What's out there? What is out there?
Well, in Australia, a lot of things that are trying to kill you.
Yeah, that's true.
One of those beasts I find quite interesting because it doesn't look like it's going to kill you, but I am 90% sure if it had a chance, it would.
Oh, I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. Definitely.
Tim, I'm talking to you and every 22 people listening about the Wombat.
Ooh, wombats. What are they? Where do they come from?
Where do
we can
they go?
answer some of those questions. Wombats. Wombats are an interesting creature in terms of Australian. Australian animals are unique. They're quite odd looking, a lot of them. The wombat is basically just a nugget with legs. It's basically just a ball of muscle.
Yeah, if a nugget was pure muscle.
Yeah, with legs.
Think of how muscular a kangaroo is in their 6 foot tall, like their beefy abs, and then just put that and compress it into a nugget
into a chunk monster.
and call it a wombat.
Yeah. So what are the wombats? Well,
Tim, I really don't know.
let me tell you. Wombats are short-legged, muscular, quadrupedal marsupials that are native to Australia.
I
To
thought you were
borrow the
reading
first sentence from Wikipedia.
I thought you were reading out your Tinder profile.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Quadrupedal meaning
probably
4 legs.
better than my Tinder profile. So when I was doing research, it says they're 1 meter in length, which I know some of them, the
huge.
larger species, can get that big, but there are also smaller species. But they can grow to be quite large.
A meter-long wombat is scary.
Yeah. They're pretty adaptable. They can be found pretty much anywhere. Mountainous regions, kind of more heathland. I'm not really sure what that means. Mostly throughout like southeastern Australia, Tasmania, some of Queensland as well. Yeah, so they're an interesting creature. They dig extensive burrow systems. They're diggers.
I like that it's extensive.
Extensive, yeah.
They don't go half-assed though. If we're going to burrow,
No.
it's going to be extensive.
They usually spend 6 to 12 months in the development stage, getting council approvals.
You got to get council approval.
Yeah, for all that sort of stuff.
They're not animals, so, you know.
Yeah, and Wikipedia describes them as sort of rodent-like, which I guess they kind of are. They do have a rodent-like quality.
If a rodent was pure muscle and
Yeah.
a meter long,
Yeah, if a hamster had been taking steroids and getting jacked as fuck for 5 years straight, it might start to look like a wombat.
if you inject a guinea pig with the same medicine they give Captain America,
yeah, pretty much.
they look like a capybara. That's the little swimming rodent thing. That are
Yeah,
really cool,
sort of.
but not rodenty and
Yeah.
bigger. Anyway,
And stubbier legs.
stubby legs.
So obviously they're marsupials, which means that they give live birth, but they have pouches, which is similar to koalas, kangaroos, both animals we haven't covered yet.
Possums.
I like a lot of Australian animals, actually.
They have a lot of marsupials.
Yeah. But their pouch faces backwards, so most of them face forwards. But for some reason, the pouch on a wombat faces backwards.
What do you mean by that? Like, what's forward and back?
So, okay, if a kangaroo is standing up,
Yes.
it faces up,
Yes.
which is forward.
Yeah. Yeah. It's toward.
So if
the
it was
pouch
backward-
opening is towards its head.
Yeah.
So in a wombat, the pouch opening is towards its butt.
Yes, that is correct.
That's a shit ride.
Yeah.
To
Literally.
be honest with you,
Imagine
that's actually
if-
like a bad idea. Imagine if you had a pram that. Well, I guess some prams are like that, where they like cover so you can't see the child. Like it becomes like a useless. Like I need to be able to see my child at all times.
Yeah,
Just make sure they're okay. Yeah, so they got a backwards pouch.
that's correct. Which is one of their features, I guess. One of the excellent base features. You can actually have add-on packs to wombats, but that's one of the
Speed
standard
stripes.
built-in features of a wombat that you can get just at the starting price of $19.99.
Oh shit! I wish I could buy a wombat for $19.99.
Oh, no, right. They're herbivores.
Oh, good.
So the diet consists mostly grasses, herbs, bark, roots. Because they're good burrowers.
Barras. Barara?
They obviously have quite good digging claws. So yeah, they like to get into the roots. They
Ooh.
eat roots and leaves. Am I right?
Well, I think you are. That's what the Wikipedia article
Yeah.
said.
Definitely not a sexual joke.
No.
Their incisor teeth, once again, somewhat resemble rodents. So that's because obviously they're eating.
they're eating plants.
That sort of stuff. Their fur can go from a sandy color to brown, grayish, blackish. It really depends on the species and where they're located. There are 3 extant species, so 3 species that currently live. You've got the common wombat, the northern hairy-nosed wombat, and the southern hairy-nosed wombat.
Look, you don't want to get your southern and your northern hairy-nosed wombat mixed up.
No. The southern hairy-nosed wombat is much more liberal. It lives kind of more of a Western-styled lifestyle. It still has its own traditions, but it's really adopted that kind of Western atmosphere.
Yeah,
Whereas the north is a little more secretive, totalitarian sort of state. Wait, are we talking about Sorry, I got
I thought
sidetracked.
and then you got the common wombat who drinks pumpkin spice lattes. Dolce and Gabbana bags.
Oh yeah, they're very
Is
common.
that still a brand that people buy? Dolce and
and-
Gabbana?
Yeah.
Just
I thought that
one.
they split up. I thought you could...
This is my Gabbana handbag. Wait, what? It was before they were together.
Yeah, this is... Gabbana is much better without Dolce.
Better than Dolce. I'm a Dolce man myself.
Yeah.
Right, so I wonder how much hair a common wombat has on its nose. Because it's not its name, but the other two have got names.
Because there has to be a significant amount more on the hairy-nosed wombats for them to be hairy-nosed.
Yeah, it's got to be a marked difference so that you can tell them apart.
Yeah, I wonder. That's
If
something we can look into.
Here's the issue, though. What if the northern and southern hairy-nosed wombats look exactly the same? It's just that one lives up and one lives down.
That's probably the situation. I'd say there might be like a difference in size.
Are you a northern hairy-nosed wombat? How dare you? I'm a southern hairy-nosed wombat. You can tell from my accent.
Freaking racist. Do we all look the same to you? Just look like wombats? Oh, it's so racist.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So obviously I mentioned they can get up to around a meter in length, can weigh between 20 and 35 kilos, which is 44 to 77 pounds for those playing at their American homes.
That's huge.
For a meter, though, that's not a... If something is a meter long,
Yeah.
I don't know how many feet that is.
Isn't a meter like 3 feet?
Possibly.
I think.
But like 20 to 35 kilos, that's not 77 pounds. I feel like that's not big enough.
But we're talking about something that is very small, weighing the same as like
A small child, I guess.
preteen?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, no, I guess it
When do
makes
you
sense.
stop weighing less than 50 kilos? I don't remember anymore.
I don't know. A long time ago for me, buddy. A long time ago.
But like, because the thing is, though, is that I think that so the meter long ones, yeah, they're longer and blah blah blah. But like, they're the smaller ones. I think can also get to like 45 kilos. So when you're talking about something that's less than a meter long and they weigh 45 kilos, that's a hefty.
It's a hefty
ball of anger.
Yes, indeed. Female wombats, they give birth to a single young, because obviously, as we mentioned, they are mammals, and generally speaking, marsupials will only give birth to one baba at a time.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do possums? I think possums give birth to more.
I don't know. When we do possums, we'll find out, I guess. And their gestation period is only 20 to 21 days, about 3 weeks. But then the baby spends about 6 to 8 months in the pouch. And then for up to about 15 months after they're in the pouch, after they leave, so like another 7 months after they leave the pouch, they still stick around the mother and
A baby wombat's got
drink
cute.
milk.
Sorry, cute, isn't it? A baby wombat.
Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute.
A wombat is essentially its face is basically if you were on MS Paint and you got a picture of a quokka and then you stretched it to the size of your screen.
That's true.
That's a wombat's face.
That's a wombat.
They're cute little smiley things, but I still maintain they're aggressive.
Oh yeah, I mean
we'll
we'll get
get
up
to.
we'll get up to that in a sec. They live up to 15 years in the wild, generally speaking,
Right.
but can live 20 to 30 years in captivity. That's kind of the longest. The longest is actually 34 years. His name was Patrick.
Oh,
He lived at the Ballarat Wildlife Park, not too far from here. And by not too far, I mean like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. And he turned 31 years old in 2016. It doesn't say he's dead, so technically he could be 32, and it's just not on my research.
that is an old wombat.
That's an old wombat, yeah. He's been around since before us.
Yeah.
If we grew up together, he would have been a couple years above us at school.
Well, yeah, he was actually 2 years above me. I forgot about Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Patrick the wombat that you
yeah,
went to school with. We
Yeah.
had a very liberal acceptance process in school.
Classic Patrick.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so, and obviously, being herbivores, all they eat is plants. They have very slow metabolism. It takes 14 days to complete digestion. Very slow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine takes like 14 seconds.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, it does.
What would you like? Do you think vegans think about the fact that they're taking plants and wombats?
I don't think so. I don't know if we want to open that can of...
All right, let's. I think
Tofu
we've made
worms.
14 minutes about wombats. Let's talk about vegans for the rest of it.
yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
but that's good. That's good that they are herbivores.
Yeah.
It's good.
so they occupy a range of up to 23 hectares. That's 57 acres. I don't know whether we're using hectares or acres, but it's a pretty large area.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, it's a big space.
The hairy-nosed species are smaller areas, and they're... Oh, excuse me.
You really you leant away from the microphone for the lead up, and then just went right into it.
Then I got back in there, yeah. So their predators, their natural predators are the dingoes, Tasmanian devils, and until they were hunted to extinction, the thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger.
Thank you for clarifying, because I had no idea what you were talking about.
Ooh, we'll have to do an episode on the thylacine, aka the Tasmanian tiger, at some point in the future.
We do have a lot of extinct animals to get through, which I will be talking about once
we
we're done
do.
with
We
your
do. We
spiel.
do. We do. Yeah. So that's kind of like the basics of
What about
of wombats.
Right. What about the anger? I need to know about the aggression.
Honestly, I couldn't find... Oh, here we go. Actually, this is a lie.
That was a great sound.
I thought I had it on flight mode. Sorry.
I may or may not edit that out, and if I do, there will just be a long period of silence.
Yeah. We're back. And attacks on humans. Humans can receive puncture wounds from wombat claws as well as bites.
Hectic.
Startled wombats can also charge humans and bowl them over. That's not surprising. Those little chunk motherfuckers, they can actually run pretty fast. And if they hit you in the legs, you would definitely
45 kilos coming straight at you. It's like a proper rugby league tackle right at the ankles, mate.
Yeah, it'd be
Just
taking
take
you right out below the knees as well. It would really mess you up.
I like it as if you startle a wombat. Like, how do you startle a wombat?
Yeah, sneak up on it.
Oi.
Straight through your legs.
Oi, Patrick, what?
So yeah, no, it does seem that if you surprise them, they're not going to come after you in the cold night air.
Well,
You're out camping.
They don't have a vendetta against humans.
Yeah, the human-wombat relations are at the moment kind of peaceful. There have been periods of unrest in the past, but we do hope that the alliance between humans and wombats continues on its peaceful path. Bless you, our wombat brothers.
Well,
and
Patrick's
sisters.
birthday was a real... the birthday party was a real bringing together of the clans.
Yeah, it was a great cultural celebration. We
Northern
got to share.
hairy-nosed, southern hairy-nosed.
Yeah.
Common together. Right. Is there anything else that you need to tell me about wombats? So that I can be the new doctor of wombats?
I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Wombatology? Is that what I'd be a doctor in?
Wombology.
That's wombles.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, mate.
That's a completely different species.
What I think is extremely interesting about the wombat is that back in the old days, and by old I mean dinosaur times,
the olden days, yeah.
there was the Diprotodon, or the Diprotodon.
Yeah. Actually,
Now-
this is something we didn't talk about, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I'm always thinking about new tattoos and stuff, and I was like, it'd be really good tattoos, and I think I've seen some before. Just getting all the giant marsupials that used to exist in Australia as tattoos.
Yeah. So to give some context, obviously, like the marsupials that we have in Australia are actually the remnants of creatures that had been on the continent for quite a long time, and prior to human habitation, there were some mega marsupial beasts.
Yeah.
Various different names.
Australian megafauna is what
Megafauna is
them.
what they referred to, and the common belief is that a lot of those were hunted basically to extinction once the indigenous Australians arrived on the mainland 50,000 years ago or more.
Yes. So
and that they've slowly died out.
the Diprotodon, which means two forward teeth, it's the largest known marsupial to have ever lived. So let alone is it a big mother, it's the biggest mother. It lived approximately 1.6 million years ago until 46,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is the Pleistocene epoch.
Pleistocene epoch?
Yeah, whatever. What am I, an English teacher?
Yes, actually.
Oh, shit. That's kind of... Let me just see if I can get some measurements. So, the largest specimens were hippopotamus-sized.
Yeah.
That's
huge.
3 meters, or 9.8 feet, from nose to tail, standing 2 meters tall, 6.6 foot. So, the thing about these... that's standing on its 4 legs. Like, it is a large...
They are big creatures.
It's taller than I am. and I am a measurement of height, as we all know, they weighed 2,790 kilograms, which is 6,150 pounds.
Big.
Yeah, big.
What it
Is
comes
that all you're
down
gonna
to?
say? Is it big?
What it comes down to is these guys were big.
And so there's even been female skeletons found with babies where a pouch would be located. So yeah, like it's literally just a big version of the small guy.
Yeah.
And there's in Queensland, they say that in the, I believe it's, I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's Quincan, Quinkan, which is an indigenous area, like community.
Okay, yeah.
Pardon?
I just said yeah.
Yeah, right. What was that? There's drawings in their rock art of the Diprotodon.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, that's kind of there's people think the Diprotodon or Diprotodon.
I think it's Diprotodon.
Diprotodon.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds very un-Australian to call something a Diprotodon. Diprotodon.
It would be Diprotodon.
Mate, you see a fucking Diprotodon just go past?
Yeah.
They believe that it was the inspiration for the Bunyip.
Right, okay.
Not as in it was the story, like it inspired the Bunyip to be who it became.
Oh, right. Like the Bunyip was growing up like,
Yeah.
well, if the Diprotodon could do it, like, why can't I,
If just one
You gotta
Diprotodon
shoot.
believes in you.
You got to
So, wait,
lose
what?
yourself in the music, the
Oh,
moment.
right. I was
Yeah.
like, get a shoe. Let alone is that a big, big wombat. I think one of the biggest wombats. Now, you think it's Mr. Wombat from, what did you say, Blinky Bill?
Blinky Bill, Wombo, yeah.
Yeah, who was the old... was he a hobo?
He wasn't
wore
a
fingerless
hobo.
gloves.
He lived... Yeah, he did wear fingerless gloves, that's true. But a lot of the creatures in that strange area of bush wore fingerless gloves.
Well,
I think it's because they did actually find clothing just kind of in the bush that was already ripped, because a lot of their clothes were ripped. But he lived in like a little hut in like a gum tree, at the bottom of a gum tree. And Blinky Bill was a real C word to him a lot of the time.
Blinky Bill always was.
Yeah.
Blinky
And
Bill is the worst.
His name was Mr. Wombat, but Blinky insisted on calling him Wombo.
Wombo. I maintain that Wombo the Wombat was homeless. Actually, all of the animals was homeless, and that was the underpinning theme of the show, is that we were taking their environment, and they had to live like humans wearing our clothing.
Well, that's an interesting take on it that has
I
made
think
me
I just
rethink
found what I can
everything.
write my PhD on.
Yeah, that's
Blinky
made me
Bill and its themes of...
rethink everything.
But
Fantastic.
I maintain the most famous wombat to grace this beautiful earth was a wombat by the name of Fatso, the fat-ass wombat.
I have no idea who you're talking about, so apparently he's not overly
How do you
famous.
know about Fatso? So
don't
when
know.
we did, back in episode 2, Tim Green,
Right.
like episode 2 from the archives,
Right.
we talked about the Olympics. And when we talked about the Olympics, we talked about The Dream, which was Roy and HG's After Olympics show that was hilarious commentary they did about
Okay.
the Olympics. You remember this?
Yeah, sort
Like
of.
that
yeah.
show and stuff. So Roy and HG came up with their own mascot. And they came up with Fatso, the fat-ass wombat. And it's
Right.
this wombat that is usually pictured like with its butt towards you. And so they had like stuffed toys made of it and stuff. There was even a statue that was erected outside like the Sydney Olympic Park stadiums and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like he was a big deal. I maintain it was more well received than our actual mascot.
Sid, Millie, and Ollie.
Well,
Yeah.
because we did read about that when we were talking about... we did that in the Platypus episode, where we were saying that it turns out Australians really didn't like those mascots.
Yeah, they
But
weren't great.
Fatso was the way to go. There's really not too much about Fatso. He was created by Sydney cartoonist Paul Noel with Roy and HG for their show. Yeah, as I said, he was a lazy, cheerful character with a pronounced rump, if you will.
Sounds like the kind of guy you could hang out with on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he was nicknamed the Batter's Prince. Some kind of, I think, cricket joke.
But I
yeah.
get sports jokes, yeah.
Yeah. So he also, sorry, I've, as you can tell, Tim and I were definitely researching before the show. He was also, he appeared with gold medalists Susie O'Neill, Grant Hackett, and the Australian men's 4x200 metre relay team on the winners' days. So, on the podium, I think they had Fatso with them as well, which is
that's cute.
important.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's actually a lot of it. It's quite a large Wikipedia article for what I assumed would not be a large one. But that's Fatso, our most favourite wombat. That's the Diprotodon
Diprotodon.
or the
Pleistocene era.
Diprotodon. From the Plasticine era.
Plasticine. I love Plasticine.
That was a great era.
Yeah.
That was when man was like, hey, what if we just play with this shit?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm all about megafauna.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think
we
we
should
can-
do an episode just on megafauna. I actually
Probably.
forgot it existed until you started talking about it.
I think it wasn't. I think there was like a wombat and a kangaroo.
Apparently there was like
and
a
koala.
massive kangaroo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
But
huge guy.
Here's the thing: is that he was huge, but remember, the die dude was the biggest of them all.
Yeah.
Like he was 2.2 meters. That's a big boy. Anyway,
It's a big fella.
Tim, wombats are great. I've seen a lot of them in my time, mainly on the side of the road.
Yeah, they do.
Which is a
Yeah,
damn
that's definitely a sad way to leave that conversation. They do get hit by cars a lot. Usually doing quite a lot of damage to the cars as well.
Well, yeah, if 35
They're
kilos, it's like
fucking
you hit a
huge.
kangaroo, it just
Yeah.
completely writes off your car. The Melbourne Zoo exhibit of wombat is actually quite good. Of wombats is quite good.
Yeah.
They have like the burrow one, which I don't know which kind of wombat that is. And last time I was there, I saw it and I was sleeping, and they just are big hunks.
I've never seen a wombat in the wild that I can remember. It's always been at a zoo. But I think if you see a wombat in the wild, you should definitely leave it alone because otherwise it will puncture you with its teeth.
A wombat's like a cassowary. If you see it, it's too late.
No,
It'll
you
bowl
go to
you over.
see it at a zoo because
Yeah, they have another exhibit where I've seen it like standing. It was like standing and moving around, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck? Why are you?"
they're
doing
usually
stuff?
pretty nocturnal most of the time as well. So
Yeah.
it's actually quite difficult to see them in the wild.
Yeah.
Unless you know exactly where you're looking. Whereas at the zoo, you can just see them there.
I've seen a lot of burrows, and I remember seeing a burrow near my cousin's house. They had a lot of property out the back of their house, and that's why I maintain they're aggressive, because I remember people being like, don't go near the burrow.
Yeah.
Like, that wombat's going to get you. Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Wombats. Tim,
Yes.
this week,
Yes.
I have something different for you.
What is it?
I'm going to pull it from my phone
Okay.
into my pocket
Glad you
and
said
then give
phone.
it to you.
Fantastic.
Where am I? Anyway, Tim, this week I've got a dadvice for you. Have you heard of
Ooh.
that before? I believe it's pronounced dadvice,
Didvis, yeah.
which is
Is
Greek
it from a
for...
diprotodon in the Pleistocene?
Yeah, it is. All right,
I
let's
said
all make fun of
Pleistocene,
how Leon says things. My name's Tim Green. Yeah, anyway, I got a letter in, which is important, and I think it's we're gonna have to think about this one because I've pre-read it.
I'm
and,
ready
it's a
to
hard one.
think.
So, hey lads,
Yep.
my name is Kevin, and I'm 11 years old.
Kevin 11.
First of all, no, when Kevin was writing that, he probably didn't think about that.
Yeah.
First of all, a child named Kevin, that's a sad story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Sorry about that, big fella.
My friends call me Kevo or Get Lost, You Dickhead. It's a real crack up.
Is that second one, is that
It's hyphenated.
Italian? What is
It's all
that?
hyphenated. At least he takes it in his stride. Anyway, Christmas is coming up, and I'm having some trouble.
Okay.
I know Mum wants a new dressing gown, and Dad wants a new set of Barbie tongs. That's tongs for your barbecue for the American audience, not tongs that you use to pick up Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
Those are different. But I have no money. I'm 11.
Yeah, well, that checks out.
What do I do? What would you do? Also, can you give a shout out to my mate Damo? Hi Damo.
G'day, Damo.
Good on you, Damo. Keep it real and have fun with Get Lost, You Dickhead.
Yeah. Thank you for always being a good friend to Get Lost, You Dickhead. I'm sure he appreciates it.
He bet me I couldn't get my letter read on the show. Well, Damo, you just lost a bet.
Well, there you go. There's your money for your Christmas. You've just won that bet. Fantastic. Well done.
I'm excited for you guys to go to Japan. All right, someone needs to tell him that we haven't actually booked anything yet.
It's true.
But, good. It's wishful thinking, Kevin. And I hope you guys enjoy the 3D toothpick models of you that I sent. Dad was annoyed when he found all the toothpicks were gone. Bye.
Yeah. Have we got those yet?
Yeah, some would say that they didn't come fully assembled.
Okay, so he just sent us a box of toothpicks.
Yeah, because I think it said on the package like return post to Queensland. So this kid sent a bag or box of like toothpick models from Queensland to here. It did not last in transit.
Right, okay.
But no, I loved them. Kevo, they were great, mate. They were great. I just like
No,
how
we-
we ended it with bye as well.
Appreciate the effort. Yeah, bye. See ya. Catch you later, mate.
Here's the issue. We've all faced this issue at one point in our lives.
We have.
We want to get presents, don't have any money. We're 11. Our name is Kevin. We're really in a bad spot. What would you do, Tim, if your mum... So mum wants a new dressing gown.
Yep.
Dad wants Barbie tongs.
Yep.
How do you satiate their needs with $0?
I'd probably ask Dad for some money to get it from Mum, and then I'd ask Mum for some money to get Dad a present.
Yeah, that's
usually how it goes down. Or I'd understand that economics and the currency system is something invented by humans, and thus in the natural world it doesn't actually exist, and we all own everything. So just take what you want, and don't worry about the consequences.
It's not...
It's the second option. Not as good as the first option, but it is an option.
Kevin, it's not stealing. It's asking for help.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't ask for help when you're in there being like, excuse me, can I steal this? Good idea. I want to take you on a trip down hormonal memory lane. So Kevin is 11, which is this great rhyme that no one
11
actually
Kevin.
planned on. Kevin 11 is the name of the other character in Ben 10. That's a side story. So, when you're 11, you've probably stopped saying I love you to mum and dad because you're feeling a bit weird about it because you're like, oh, no, go away, mum. Probably not letting them kiss you on the face anymore. It's all about the top of the head.
Okay.
Don't let them tuck you in. Don't let them cut the crust off your sandwiches or cut it into triangles anymore.
Yeah, you're a grown man. You can cut your own damn triangles at this point.
You ask your parents for money. You know, it's different time. You don't spend a lot of time with them anymore. You're on your iPad all the time or playing your video games.
Yep.
A lot of Pac-Man.
Yep. You tell your mum to fuck off when your friends are over.
Yes.
That sort of fun stuff.
And then immediately go and ask her for $10 to go to the movies. Yeah. Also, if you're getting into the movies for $10, can you tell me what cinema you're going to?
Oh, God. No, I mean, when we were 11, that was totally a thing you could do.
Yeah, but a concession ticket now is like
anymore.
$16.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, this leads me to the best gift that you can give them of all. Number one, tell them that you love them. Now, this can be dangerous because I once came home from a, how you say, enlightening youth group session.
Okay.
We will never unpack that.
Fabulous.
And I decided that I hadn't told my family I loved them in a while.
Okay.
So I told everyone individually, my sisters, my mum and dad, maybe even Nana and Terry, that I loved them.
Oh.
Every single one of them asked me, what did I do?
Yeah, well, it's not something you would expect.
I was like a 16 or 17-year-old kid being like, I need to tell my family that I love them. And they were like, why? What's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. And they were like,
did you tell them Jesus had touched you? And then they're like, well, who is Jesus?
What's he done for me lately? So number one, tell them you love them.
Yeah.
Number two, draw them a picture. Now, I'm not talking about a well-drawn picture. You need to draw a picture like you did when you were 5. Then you need to write your name Kevin and put the E and the N backwards and write age 11 on it.
Caven, yeah.
Give that, one of each, do 2 drawings, don't be stingy. Give them to your mum and dad. You watch them cry, and you watch them cry, and then they're going to give you 2 Game Boys at Christmas.
Yeah.
2 Game Boy Advances from 2000 and something.
Yeah. Which would actually be worth quite a lot now, so that's a bonus. Or here's another idea.
Okay.
Draw some pictures of the barbecue tongs and of the, what was it, a dressing gown? Put it up on your wall, look at it every day. Imagine what it's like to have those items already. Mm-hmm. This is the secret.
And they will appear.
And they will appear. That's how Oprah got where she is.
Yes.
This is what I read anyway. So.
She envisaged having so many cars that she had to give them away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Counter idea. This one's probably the best one I've had so far. For Christmas, ask your mum and dad for a set of tongs and a dressing gown. Yeah. And then when they give it to you, take it to your room, rewrap it, and be like, what a coincidence, I got you guys the same thing.
Perfect.
Also ask for a Game Boy. Like, don't get shortchanged. It's Christmas after all.
Nice.
Or make it out of newspaper. You can make Barbie tongs out of newspaper.
Yeah, which will immediately set alight in your father's hands, causing severe second-degree burns.
Because we all have a story of the time that our dad nearly set the house on fire by cooking the barbecue in the rain.
Oh, gee whiz.
Good on your dad and mum.
Gee whiz.
Our dads and mums. That's good, Tim.
Look, 11, Kevin 11, Kevin 11, whatever your name is. Yeah, no, just you do you.
Wait, was that letter from Kevin Rudd? Is he down on his luck right now?
Yeah.
Do you not have any money, Kevin?
Oh, golly.
Let's do a GoFundMe for Kevin.
Let's do
Fair
it.
shake of the sauce bottle. There's some good Australian political humour. Tim, I've enjoyed myself thoroughly.
It's been moderate. Yep.
I have found out that this chair that has a partial leather back and sitting on a towel makes you sweatier. I'm very hot.
Fantastic.
Swampy even.
I'm glad that you've told me and everybody listening.
All 24 of our group members.
We opened with you telling us about shitting yourself, and we're going to close.
How dare you? I never specifically told them what I'd done, and now you've told everybody exactly what
Well,
I did.
it was pretty obvious from what you said, but anyway.
Anyway, it's been a great Sunday. Wombats are cool. I reckon that you could definitely just, kind of grab one and just roll it, and it would never stop rolling. That
Support
is the key
wombats.
to...
You know what? Go out, find a wombat, make a friend.
Yes. And then make a perpetual motion machine by rolling the wombat down a hill.
It's possible.
If you meet a wombat, just see if they know Patrick.
Learn some common wombat phrases as well. It's all about cross-pollination in culture. They're going to learn some English. We're going to learn some wombat. The onus is not on them to assimilate to our ways. Do you understand? You need to learn some wombat language and get to know them as well. That's what I'm saying.
One day in the year 2525, if man is still alive, someone will dig up our podcasts from an excavation site, and they'll be listening.
They'll think wombats are an actual culture.
No, they'll listen to it and they'll read the undertones that we put it out in our episodes about equality, and they'll be like, you know what, Tim and Liam are actually the songbirds of their generation in terms of thought-provoking.
Yeah. We'll be like Plato.
Discussions.
Yeah.
And whilst they're doing that, they'll just finish my manifesto about how Blinky Bill is about the environment.
Yeah.
Tim, we're part of the Auscast network. Did you know?
I've been aware of it for a little while now.
Did you know that this week they made a secondary channel called Auscast Network Extra?
I did hear that. And I hear...
No, you go.
Me?
You share it. Come on.
I hear that we were the first featured show on that network.
We were. It's not about who's first or who's last, but we weren't last, so we were first.
Yes, that is correct.
That makes us the best podcast. We've got a promo on there. They put up, interestingly, so they Liam and Andy chose the best episode, I think, based on listens.
Okay.
And the cassowary episode is the one that they've put up there.
Ooh.
People love cassowaries. I do.
So if you want to re-listen to the cassowary episode while also discovering some fun things on the Auscast network, jump onto that extra.
Yeah, and the beauty is you can sign up to that channel, and I think every week you'll get like a promo and a best episode from one of the podcasts. You don't have to look anymore. Don't search.
Yeah.
Put your phone down.
The time for thinking for oneself is over, ladies and gentlemen. No more of this silliness. Oh, what am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to listen to? No, these decisions are made for you, and you will accept and love them for what they are.
Yeah, okay. Right, that's good.
Cool.
You can find us on @YeahG'day Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can send us an email at yeahg'daypodcast@gmail.com. Send in your dad vices and your Harold Holt watches. Remember to take a picture of it because we can't send it back to you. Join our Facebook group, Yeah G'day Fans. Yeah. There are 22 non-Tim and Leon members in that group.
Let's get it up to 24. Let's do it. Come on, guys. We have the power. If we all band together, we can get to 24. I believe it.
Actually been having quite a lot of fun in that group.
Yeah, it is fun. It is a lot of fun.
Talking shit and slinging sandwiches.
Yeah. A lot of sandwiches being fun. It's a very well-fed podcast.
Yeah,
we've actually sandwiches.
We've had to employ a moderator to put some admin rules in, and one of them is no sandwich throwing. I think that's it. Is that everything? Oh, thanks to Teylor Smirl's Tea Smell Smelly Tea, lover of wombats, friend of wombats, and enemy to none.
I want to have that as one of my titles, is friend of wombats.
I think when I heard a talk from a guy who was a radio futurologist, he said you put it on your card enough and people will just accept it. So if you have a card that says Tim Green, podcaster, friend of wombats.
I love it.
But anyway, thanks Teylor Smirl for our cover art.
And thanks to Curtis Fernance from Fern Tree Music for our outroduction music. I heard a rumor once that he was a wombat. The rumor was started by me and was right now. Let's spread that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that rumor out there.
I see the resemblance, and that's not a mean thing, Curtis. That's quite a compliment because I am attracted to the old wombat.
Ooh, watch out.
Friend of wombats, lover of wombats, am I right? Great. And this episode is for all the wombats. especially Patrick. And as we said, we really want northern and southern hairy-nosed wombats to just come together. Guys, it's time. One nation is only possible if we all band together. Wait,
Absolutely.
No, hold on. Did I say one nation?
Don't say one nation. One nation is not what we're looking
no,
for.
Pauline. Awesome. That's everything. Listen to all of our stuff. Share it with all of your friends. If you don't, we will know and we will find you.
We keep tabs on these things. Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, stop by any time. Just not at our house.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yep.
As always. Yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Catch you on the flippity flop.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.